You know, I really am starting to feel like whenever I'm not looking at old paleo art, no one cares. The second I do, whether it's cursed or not, everyone's like, oh boy, it's time to get snarky up in here, and yeah, I get that. It's fine. Fortunately, I've chosen to avoid cursed nonsense today, and only look at the old, the ancient, the prehistoric. So let's just see what we find, you know? Wow. Was most grotesque animal. Stegosaur, who lived in Utah ages ago, is a freak. Wow! You know, first of all, rude. Second of all, I believe this particular line of dialogue could also be applied to the author's mother. So how about that? Oh man, we got some classic, really skinny nonsense over here. Sorry, I'm so distracted by the Tyrannosaur, who's looking, well, very contoured and moisturized, interesting, but also not having eaten in a while. That's a really skinny Tyrannosaur. Tripod stance, though, the tail is slightly elevated. Triceratops is not bothered. That is the most unbothered Triceratops I have seen in a while. It's just like, oh, another T-Rex. Yep, must be a Monday. Like, it just does not care about the fact that there is a very large predator, likely very hungry, rapidly approaching its position. Spitting distance, in fact. Just chilling, vibing, not at all concerned about the situation. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Don't ask me. It could be friggin' anything. But you know, yeah, the art is nice. Like, I actually like it. It's just, I mean, it's old, but you know, it's nice. I just such an unbothered Triceratops. I can't get over that. It just does not give a single amount of a crap about the T-Rex. Oh, speaking of old school T-Rex, oh, this is peak. We got full tilt lizard scales and texture, and it just, wow, that is a classic T-Rex, without question. Definitely old, but man, I actually love it, honestly. Well, the art's great, again, but also, it just reeks of that old school, violently inaccurate stance with the Tyrannosaur. Erupting volcano in the background, absolutely, abso-friggin-lutely, and, pterosaur. Yep. Yeah, you know, random pterosaur. We gotta have that too. That's very important. Very, very important. Okay, so this one, it troubles me because I'm not sure if there's actually a problem here. At face value, I mean, it's a Triceratops, and it's cut in half by the page fold, which is something that occurs on those double spread, you know, book pages. I mean, that can happen. So I'm not like docking points for that. The horns are definitely a bit too short, and I think the frill needs to be a bit bigger too. Actually, the head in general probably needs to be bigger. But of course, it could also be shrunken because of the whole page spread issue. My main concern has to do with the front leg, which appears to be broken to me. I don't know if it's just the angle, but it seems like it's like out in that weird lizard crawl stance, which would be a bizarre choice, because like the back legs look fine for the most part. Like what is the deal? I'm not sure what I'm looking at, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Why does this keep happening? Seriously. Why do artists keep saying, you know, at some point the T-Rex probably got hit right between the legs? Except this time it's not an Ankylosaur, it's a trike. Just like, wham! Which, ow! Ow! There's an Anatosaurus in the background walking on 2 legs, which, first of all, no. Second of all, he's just like, what the heck is going on over there? That's wild. Yo. But yeah, I mean, the art is good in terms of the style. Definitely a lot of inaccuracies here. Tripod stance T-Rex. That trike is oddly shaped in such a weird way. But I just can't get over the fact it's just like, wham! Take that! And the T-Rex is like, wow! Rude! And then it remembers, right, I was about to eat you, so I suppose this is entirely justified. Oh. Oh, wow, we got a lot going on here. Alright, so Carnivora versus Herbivora. The advance and rear guards of early carnage. Yo. Alright, well, to begin with, these animals should not be in the same time period. I guess if you split the page in half, it would be fine, because Trike and T-Rex, and Stegosaur and Allosaur, I'm assuming. T-Rex versus Trike, I mean, the Trike is stabbing the Rex in the leg, which, yeah, that probably happened at some point. Multiple times, many times, to be brutally honest. The T-Rex doesn't seem very bothered by that, oddly enough. He's more concerned with what's going on with his buddy, the, Allosaur over here, because this Stegosaurus is standing on business right now. How hard did the Stegosaur hit the Allosaur? He flipped the Allosaur literally on his head. Yo! Stegosaur is not playing. And honestly, I am here for it. Stand your ground, you noble roof lizard. Fight for your life. Do not go quietly into the night. Just friggin' plow your Thagomizer right into the... God. Brutal. I love it. This art troubles me. Mostly because of the coloration decisions. Who decided that, alright, so, we only got red ink. So we're gonna make everything black and white except the dinosaurs. And they're all gonna be red. Like, why? Is it some kind of artistic decision? I mean, maybe. I don't know. This isn't, not, I mean, well, I guess it is visually distinctive. And maybe that's what they were going for. It's not really a big deal. I mean, they obviously were just going for a distinctive look, and they got it. They did get it. So, hey, whatever. But this page is friggin' hilarious, because, like, everything about it is wrong, and not just because of the age. There are some legitimate issues here that they really, honestly, should have known about. Dinosaurs were reptiles that lived millions of years ago. It's not a... It's... You know, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go, because we got more problems. The Stegosaurus is about 20 feet long, with a tiny head and a great bony plates along its back. I can't tell with the Thagomizer if this is just supposed to be at an angle so it shows all 4, or if this is another OP Stegosaur with, like, 8 spikes for the Thagomizer. Not a bad shape overall, besides that particular odd issue. I think it is supposed to be slightly off-center, at an angle, so I think that's right. So that's fine, because the plates are the same way. So we're gonna let that one go. The Diplodocus was nearly 90 feet long. It had a very small brain, and was clumsy and stupid. Wow! Rude! Listen, you don't... judging the intelligence of dinosaurs is a common theme when it comes to a lot of paleo stuff, and I think it's a little unfair to just assume that Diplodocus was stupid and clumsy. Clumsy? They were not clumsy, okay? They wouldn't have lived very long if they were clumsy. As for the shape, head's probably a bit too high. Wouldn't have raised their heads that high. Or nor would they have looked back at that particular angle. Tail's too low. Should be held a bit up and out, but it doesn't appear to be being dragged, so that's good. The Triceratops had 3 horns and thick bony armor. Bony armor? I mean, I guess the frill is partially made of bone, so I guess that's accurate, but still not the way I would have described that. Shrike's looking fine, I guess. You know, little doopy, but you know, as far as we're concerned on this page, the author's just like, oh, dinosaurs are so dumb, so dumb. The Tyrannosaurus was the largest meat-eating animal that ever lived on land. That is hilariously outdated, though they were still in the upper top 5, and they probably were the most powerful in terms of sheer bulk. But anyway, this Tyrannosaur troubles me deeply for multiple reasons. Old school tripod stance, you knew that. I knew that. That's fair. It's the little arms, and not the fact that they're little. I mean, that's fine. What's with the fingers and the claw? Like, why? How many fingers does this Tyrannosaur have? Something is off here, and I need it to be addressed immediately. Also, you're trying to portray the T-Rex as large, but the way you've done it has made this particular Rex look astonishingly tiny compared to everything else around him. I know this isn't supposed to be to scale, but it's a little underwhelming when you got all these other dinosaurs, and then you're like, the largest meat eater ever walked on land, like this tiny thing shoved down in the corner. Speaking of corners, we have frickin' Dimetrodon. Hi, you're not a dinosaur. What are you doing here? Why do you always feel the need to... You're not invited to this party, okay? I'm sorry. We didn't send you an invite. You can't just show up whenever you want. Sail-backed reptiles all had sails on their backs. Really? Why? Redundancies. Nearly 3 feet high. That varies. And not a dinosaur. Not a dinosaur. Also, not a dinosaur. All of these who are also here. The ichthyosaur lived in the water, but could not stay under long as it breathed air like a land animal. Well, long is a relative term. I mean, dolphins, for example, need to breathe air like a normal land animal, but they can hold their breath for a very, very, very long time. So it's likely that the ichthyosaurs probably could hold their breath a pretty decent amount of time. So, yeah. The plesiosaur lived in the sea, but laid its eggs on land. That is a hilariously outdated opinion of them. They were not sea turtles. They probably didn't do that. Also, wow, that neck. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The Pteranodon was a flying reptile. Well, at least you got that part right. With a 13-foot wingspan. Or wing spread. Wing spread? Okay. Odd phrasing, whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fine, but why are they on the page with dinosaurs? Why is Dimetrodon on the page with dinosaurs? Tell me! Tell me! But then again, this is the same author who's like, Diplodocus is dumb! He's a dumb animal! Okay. There's only one dumb animal involved in this entire situation. It isn't anything on this page, nor is it me. So let's do process of elimination. Yeah. Well, we can play that game, bro. We can do that. Okay, this is neat. We got 2 different sail-backed actual dinosaurs here. The one in the background is supposed to be Spinosaurus, looking... You know, I don't even care. Spinosaurus is different every time I see it. I don't even care. It's an old school depiction. You knew that. I knew that. I will give it this, though. It's got the raised tail. It's not tripod stancy, which is nice. I like that. So, I mean, at least it's looking a little bit more in line with how they probably would have walked on land. Tyrannosaurus over here, though, as raising me some concerns. Well, I mean, I guess it's not super off. It's really down to the sail, because it's still debated whether or not Tyrannosaurus even had a sail in the technical sense. Now, it does have a raised spinal bones, like Spinosaurus does, but they're not as raised as Spinosaurus to begin with. Following that, some still think and hotly debate whether or not that was for a sail or for some kind of hump or something of that nature. This depiction's obviously going with the sail. I'm pretty sure it's a bit too big, but whatever. I guess they just wanted to have two of these sailbacks on the same page, because, you know, sails, and I don't know, they're pirates now or whatever. Once again, Stegosaurus! Unleashing absolute violence upon your enemies! Don't give them an inch! Beat the tar out of them! Show them the superiority of your evolutionary might! You don't need a big head! You need spikes on your friggin' tail! And they're gonna eat those if they want to eat something. Right in the friggin' face! Do it! Do it! Absolutely! This one is just, I'm not sure what's being depicted here. These two are just having a moment. You know, it's kind of sweet. They're just like, just comforting each other. They're both going through a hard time, but they're just like, we can get through this together. It's all gonna be okay. Man, those legs are not in the right position, though. Someone needs to fix that. Oh, goodness! Dimetrodon, hello, you scared me. And, honestly, not a bad depiction of them. Not sure why it's going in the water, but, you know, maybe they went for a swim. You don't know. Maybe he's hot. Wants to cool off. That's fine. And this one doesn't just have Dimetrodon, because every time they have these little sailback, not dinosaurs, they like to just use Dimetrodon, and that's fine, but they weren't the only ones with the sailback. In the back we had Anatosaurus, which was a herbivorous sailback, and according to this page, the sail on the back acted as a heat exchanger. Thermoregulation is definitely one of the major prevailing theories regarding its purpose. But, as I repeatedly stated, we have no friggin' idea what the sail was for. We still don't, and we might never know. We're not really sure, but given both of these two, which inhabited the same environment, had it, it must have had some kind of universal purpose for both of them. As for what that would have been, yeah, you know, guesswork and whatnot. But, yeah, it's just nice to see a Dilophosaurus just hanging out, just chilling, just vibing. Not at all bothered by the fact that the major predator in the region is, like, right there. But, hey, he's a bit busy going for a swimmy swim. So maybe it's no problem. This one's very sad. Not only are we looking at the presumed death of, you know, babies. I don't like that. It happened. It's nature. That's a thing that occurs. I don't like it. I don't like talking about dead babies. I don't do it. All right? It's just not something I like. It bothers me. But what really bothers me is the fact that the mother dinosaur, isn't even trying to do anything about this. Needs to take some lessons from the Stegosaurs from this very video. Because I don't see any injuries on this individual. They're just like lying down and are just like accepting that this is the case now. Like, yo, stand up and fight them. Like if you're gonna go out swinging. Do something. Your children are depending on you, you coward. Whoa, more not dinosaurs! Hooray! And there's no actual dinosaurs around here, which means it's probably fine. We got Dimetrodon right in the middle. We got a Dilophosaurus right down here, so that's all right. What are you two? I mean, I have some guesses, but none of them exactly fit. There's some inaccuracies going on, as far as I'm able to tell. Because you're obviously not the other two, because you lack sails. You are an amphibian, I think. You are scary. Stop looking at me like that, okay? Just stop it. Looky, a lizard. A nondescript, non-offensive lizard. I have no idea what possible species it could be, but it's definitely a lizard. And to close us out, we have half of a very large page featuring many animals that, given the fact there's numbers here, I'm willing to guess are labeled in their original form, but I don't have access to the original form, so I'm gonna have to guess on what everything is. We have a Pteranodon up here, so that was easy. That was easy too. On all fours, looking all right. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. These two I'm not sure because they look almost the same. I want to say at least one of them is probably Anatosaurus. As for the other one, I mean, I'm not sure what the other one would be. What I know is that neither of them should be walking around on just two legs. Get down! That's not normal for you. Look at Parallelophagus right here. She's doing it right. You're doing it wrong. Hey, look, a baby Triceratops. That's cute. That's very sweet. Trike's looking all right. Not bad. Not bad. Some minor nitpicks. Why is the back so straight right here? I think there was some compromise when it came to the shape there. It should be more rounded. Outside of that glaring issue, it's not bad. You guys look okay. You guys looking good. Look at another baby. What's not okay is, holy crap! I think that's supposed to be a velociraptor. And if it is, awesome, because that's about the right size. No feathers, but this is pretty old. So that might be before they realized that they should have feathers. So that's fair. Minus that issue, I mean, that's a pretty serviceable velociraptor leaping and jumping at prey. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. You know what this is missing, though? Erupting volcano. You have all these dinosaurs, all this wide area. Something needs to be exploding. That's what happens back then, right? That's normal, huh? That was normal. There's no erupting volcanoes. How dare you? How dare you omit the erupting volcano? Ezegna. If that is your real name. And with that, a special thank you goes out to my apex predators Arthur Roy and Metal for Life guy. Till next time, this is Darkness, and I bid you all a fun farewell.